Hello everyone, it's Dana. I'm so excited that you could jump on and play along with me today. What I've put together may not be new for you, but it's new for me. This is my first attempt, quite honestly, at a project that doesn't come with instructions. So yay me, I'm super excited about it. And I wanted to show you, just because I know there's a lot of paper crafters out there that haven't really tried scrapbooking yet. It might be new for you. You might think it's too hard. Maybe you don't understand what memory keeping is all about. And I just wanted to share with you, this is kind of what I do. This is how I play with paper. And here's my, what I like to get out of it. Let me show you where these products are so you know. They're on the September through December mini catalog. There's only a couple of things in here. This section is called Memories and More, and in it you'll notice that it is small amounts of paper, some die cuts, some stickers, some cards. In the Close to My Heart world, we used to call these 3x4 and 4x6 cards PML cards, for Picture My Life cards. And they're a very simple, easy way to try scrapbooking with, it's kind of like just dipping your toe in, right? You don't have to buy a lot of stuff. You don't need to collect anything. Like, it's super easy and fun. So this is the project. This is the card set that you see in the layout. Okay. It's Reindeer Days Memories and More card pack, number 164047. There's only a couple. And then here is the plaid embossing folder. I could not have that. That is just the bomb diggity. And that one is 164049. And honestly, that's optional. Like, if you don't care about the texture or what that brings to the table, you could just use plain. It's all good. And then the last one is Festive Glimmer Paper. This one's kind of almost hidden in this book. I literally forgot it and just went in the back of the book and looked it up. But it's the bomb, 164106. And that's it, you guys. Literally. Let me show you real quick what it looks like in person, just so you can see a real picture of it, because I don't think the mini catalog does it justice. It's really, really good. And forgive me, I'm still learning my colors, but I believe it's cherry cobbler, garden green, and granny apple. And there's 2 sheets of each in here. So great, great package. Honestly, a very good price as well. And here's some of those cards, again, just so you can see what they look like. They're double-sided, 3x4 and 4x6 cards. They're all the good things for scrapbooking. They're acid-free, the color won't fade, all the good stuff. And you'll see some are made like a frame, and we actually use these. We use this red plaid as our picture frame, or you could use the title on the back. They're whatever you want them to be. We use this Christmas tree over here on the right-hand side. We actually cut this 3x4 up to make our strips along the side. So, but you can see as I show you how easy this is going to be, because it's already done for you. But lots and lots of these. These are the perfect size to tuck into flip-flaps. And now flip-flaps seems like it might be an advanced technique, but it's not. Don't let it fool you. It's super, super simple. You can just add photos in these. You don't have to do anything like what we're gonna do today. You can just use these to add 2 more photos, 2 more photos, 2 more photos. That's what makes these so great. And you've got also, you'll see some of the cards have lines on them. And that's to tell your story, to give the details of whatever the photos are, because you want to make sure that anybody looking at these pages can tell what the story is, knows. That's always the fun, right? We see photos online or on other people's phones, and we wonder to ourselves, like, wonder what the story was, right? Like, why is that meaningful to them? Was that a special event, an everyday event? Like, what was that? And that's what the journaling cards are all about. They give you a space with lines, because if you're like me and you have to have lines, right? They give that to you already pre-done. And we're actually going to use this card as a journaling card underneath this one. So we'll get there. But that's what these are. You get 4 sheets of stickers, which we did actually use some of the stickers on here. But you could easily use these, again, make a bunch of cards. That's the other fun part, is that these are great card fronts. right? It's already there, it's already done. And they're cardstock weight, so you can emboss them. You can do all the same techniques you would use with DSP or even cardstock with these because they're heavy duty. Okay, I think the only other little thing I left off is that I could not use these little berries because they're berries. And we actually have some leaves over here that we could put the berries on. So we'll put these on at the very end. Let's go ahead and get started. It is, oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and yet this is a really simple one. Very few supplies. You've got white bases, you've got 1 sheet of cherry cobbler, you've got 1 sheet of garden green, and 1 sheet of the granny apple. 1 sheet, again, of the garden green glimmer paper, because Christmas is shiny. At least it is in my household, right? Christmas deserves a little shine, and that's why we used a tiny bit of glimmer paper. And I love what that embossing folder, this crazy good new embossing folder, Forever Plaid, did on this cherry paper. Like, it's just a bomb. It adds so much texture. Again, if you don't like all of that, you don't have to use it. You really didn't. And I agonized a little bit about, do I emboss the greens? Do I emboss the red? I'm thrilled with it. I played with some other colors of paper and just tried to decide without cutting into another whole piece because I'm that frugal. So, and I just kind of went back and went, no, I think it needs to be the piece underneath. So I hope you can see just a little bit. I'll pull it up as we get, trying to get it so you can see it on camera. I'm not sure that you can, but I just wanted to, you know, give you a little bit of a sneak peek. And as we put this together about what that texture is all about and what it looks like. So, okay, let's start. Let's start on the right page. Now I've got the adhesive on most of it, and I want to show you plain to texture. Now this piece we cut into small pieces, so it's 2 by 8 and 4 by 8. But on the left hand side, I left it 4 by 12 because this embossing folder is so big that it allows you to do a longer piece of paper. And all I did was emboss half of it, flip it around, and emboss the other half. And the joint that doesn't line up perfectly is hidden behind that 6-inch green. It's smack in the middle. So it works brilliantly. So if you want to leave it long, if that bothers you, scares you, you don't want to use that much paper, you can cut this to 2 by 4 and 4 by 4. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But I'm going to show you how to do that really quick, just so you're not intimidated or afraid of that. And let me grab the folder real quick. And all I did was make sure, pretend now, this is not exactly the size paper we're going to use. I made sure that my line was going to hit past the 4-inch mark. So you can think of 4-inch as a square. It's going to be about that long. So all I did was make sure that my 4-inch mark was inside so that the seam would line up over here. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in. You can actually look at the design with this one in particular and make sure that it's straight. Okay, this is a 3D folder, so you're going to line up. It's just plates 1 and 4, and if you forget, like I do often, it tells you right on the plates. It's one of my absolute favorite features, and I'm sorry if you've heard me say that like a billion times. And it's going to bump the table. Okay, so let me show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so you've got a line there at the bottom. It doesn't matter because it's going to be hidden underneath the green. So now all I have to do is get it close, right? I just have to get it close to the bottom and run it through on the other side. All we did was flip it over, and I'll show you. It's not perfect, but it doesn't show. I love these big folders. I'm going to move this out of the way. Love these giant folders because they allow you to do bigger pieces. Okay, I want you to see it's not pretty, but it's over here underneath the green, so you can't see it. So if you want to leave that 4 by 12, go right ahead. Now let's come back over here and come in just a little bit further out. But I did want to show you that just so that you can decide, understand. I would have done it with this one too, but this one's too wide. The folder's only 6 inches. I wanted to do it this way, but the machine's only 6 inches, so it wouldn't fit in the carrier. I have to do it this way, and this way wasn't wide enough. So I cut these 2 pieces so I could run it through sideways. Okay, just a little background of why I made the decisions I made. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and remember what this looks like. Whenever I have 3 little stickers like that, I like to pop them up using dimensionals, or we used to have a product called foam tape. Whatever you have that bumps up a little bit, what I do is stick the stickers together, and then I put my dimensionals or foam tape on top of it. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna start at the bottom. And this one goes all the way down to the bottom corner. And before I get too far, I'm gonna set that under there because I forgot I'm gonna wanna tuck this under the tiniest little bit. Now this is that 3x4 card that I cut 3/4 inch. 3/4 of an inch, and all we wanna do is just tuck it a little bit. I probably should have made it a little bit less, maybe even a 1/2 inch, but I wanted that. I wanted it to be a little bit bigger than 1/2 inch. We'll do the same over here. We'll get it going, and then we will, I have that corner straight. Let's see. I love this cardstock is solid for projects like this where when you emboss deeply, and these folders are cut nice and deep, you don't see the white core through it. Now for all of our scrapbookers that have come over from Close to My Heart, or maybe you're just figuring all this out, Stampin' Up! Is just announced that they are carrying over a whole new line of scrapbooking products, which is super exciting, right? Super, super fun. Okay, now I'm gonna put this on top and set it aside. Really, really fun. So, page protectors. Oh, see, I missed that one. Page protectors, flip flaps, albums, all the products, more 12x12 paper. And for those of you that came from Close to My Heart, we're gonna have our 2-tone white core back. And I love that they're not, no products are going away. They're just adding more, which I think is so fun because everybody that is used to all the Stampin' Up! Products, now you just get new paper to play with, right? You get new stuff, and that's really fun. It's fun for us too. Like, I love this solid core paper for specific products. They explained to us a little bit about the different processes, which was really fun because to my knowledge, I don't think Close to My Heart ever told us about the process with which the 2-tone white core cardstock was made. So I thought that was so interesting. They kind of explained that the solid core, which this is paper, is dyed all the way through, just like a fabric. And, oh, hang on, I don't know if I can do 2 things at once. It's, you know, it's the bubble gum rub your stomach test, and I was never good at that. Okay, there we go. Right, sandwiched in the middle. The dye process is like dyeing fabric. And if you've ever done that, I think this green one's gonna go here. I'm gonna get them all lined up first, and then we will pull them apart and stick them down. They said that the process is like dyeing fabric, like it's and I suspect that that's, now I'm making it up here, they didn't say this, but part of the reason why they're different weights, like your solid core is definitely heavier than our 2-tone. And I think it's because the dyeing process probably warrants that. It probably needs to be a thicker weight paper, right? And when you cut it, it frays almost like a fabric. And I think that's so cool. Like, it's just different. Okay. So now we're gonna stick these on in a minute, right? And these I've got, again, dimensionaled up so that they give a little bit of texture on this page. Okay, we are good. Now I've got this little Noel, which was one of the stickers. These whites are representative of your photo, so you don't have to add them if you don't want to. You could just leave this card as is. Okay, this would be fine. I like to represent my photos with a white. And then sometimes when I go to put my photos on, I like the white mat. So I'll cut it like 1/8 of an inch smaller than the white mat. So it's totally up to you. Now, I tend to just leave this. It will go in the flip flap back to back. And I'm just gonna put these cards like that. Okay, now the back side of that is also gonna have a photo, which I've got my white cut out. If I wanted to do a lot of journaling, I might just leave it as the journaling lines card. Okay, so this is going to be the front. This is going to flip up. My Noel, I'm only going to tear part of the adhesive off because I want to be able to stick my photo in here and I don't want to have trouble getting it off. So it's only the tiniest little bit stuck at that left corner. That's going to flip up. And then this one is gonna go on here. I have my my journaling story card is gonna be underneath the big reindeer photo. So I'm not worried about using all of these, but if you think you'll have a bigger story, you absolutely can leave more of these as journaling spots. Now, I wanna share with you that the Stampin' Up! Tearaway tape is the bomb for glitter paper, glimmer paper. Forgive me. Lots of grace as I learn all the new names, but it works. Not a lot of adhesive works on glimmer or glitter paper. So keep that in mind. It's nice to have a roll sitting so that you can use it when you need it. Okay, let's do the same with this. Let's get these little tiny presents. I love them. Let's get all of these stuck where they need to be. Again, you don't have to do this. You can just put your photos there. And here's this card, and here's this photo. I love what flip flaps offer on a scrapbook page because they allow you to double or triple the number of photos that go on a page. Most people that enjoy scrapbooking talk about over and over and over again. The biggest problem isn't scrapbooking. We love it. It's just that we take oodles and oodles and oodles of photos now with the advent of digital photography. We take a bunch and that way we're ensured that we get a good one, right? But it literally changed how we approach scrapbooking because now we have lots of good photos. Right? Lots of them, and we want to keep them all, and I get that. So this is an opportunity. Here again, I'm only going to tear the tiniest little piece off of this so that I can make sure. Yeah, I can just go to the edge of that. These little stickers were so cute. They just added a perfect little touch. And the little cardinal, which you know me at all. You know I'm a birder. I'm a bird nerd 100%, so I had to have that on there. Okay, let's go ahead and line these up. I'm gonna pull the flip flaps off just for a second. Okay, so it is gonna make the page look different. This is gonna be the underneath part. When I'm going to line things up on the page, what I do is I pull the adhesive off and I flip it over. This way I can still line it up. Where did that just go? Did I grab that? I can still line it up and upside down. Okay. And then I'll use this page to line up this page so that I don't have to have a ruler or any of that stuff. All right, let's get them where we want them. I think that actually looks pretty good. Now I also do the outside first because the middle one can be centered where you need it. But if you're kind of going in a direction and they're crooked or you don't get the spacing right, it's more challenging to fix it to make it look good. So I think that's good there. We're gonna leave that one for a hot minute. We're gonna line it up, but we're gonna leave it. And then we want our tree to be the right way. So it's gonna go over here. Oh, that tree is so cute. Okay, and then we've got our last one and we're gonna center him in the middle. Okay, now we've got our little presents, our little cluster of presents. So fun to decorate with those little stickers. Look at how cute that looks. And now down here in the bottom, I promise we'll come back up to our flip-flops. We've got this little 3x3. Again, if you don't have as many photos as I have on here, then you don't have to stick him on. It can just be this pretty textured red cardstock at the bottom. But if you do need a couple extras, then this is the place to do it. And now here's another little cluster of presents. So cute, right? I want my adhesive off to the right of my photo so that I don't have any trouble afterward. Okay, now you can glue these cards together. I just don't know that it's necessary because they'll hold together nicely in the flip-flap. But you can, just know that you can do it. And let me see if I can, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive. Now, if I'd left them stickers, if I hadn't, but when I play with them, I wanna see where they need to go. So I take the sticky off of them so I can play with them. But had I left them stickers, then I would have been able to, I think I want them on the right side. And I just tuck them underneath that garden green glimmer paper. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up to camera just a little bit so you can see where we are right now and see how cute those are. And then look, down here's our little presents and even the little tucked behind goodies up here, like just so fun. Okay, and then I'm gonna leave the flip-flaps off for a second and we're gonna move this to the right. And then I'm gonna pull in the left page so that we can put this one down. And because I'm gonna use this one to measure off of that one. Now this is the same idea. Remember, we're gonna have two cards. We're gonna have this one, and then on the back side, we have this journaling one. But I really want it to be, oh, I forgot adhesive again. I really want the bottom to be journaling, and I want the one underneath to be a photo. So I'm gonna put a white on it representing a photo. And it's just a 1/4 inch. You can do an 1/8 of an inch or a 1/4 inch, whatever you want to do. Whatever lends itself best to your photo, honestly. So here's our cover, and then it's gonna flip up, right? And we're gonna have a photo on the top and our journaling card underneath it. So now, because this goes on the glimmer paper, it's got a little extra adhesive just to make sure, just to be sure, right? And then make sure you're pressing it down because it needs to get good contact with that. Okay, we've got our first one set. Now we've got these cute little stickers. One's gonna go underneath, and then this one has foam tape. It's gonna sit up top. And we've got this little Mary Mary. So cute. Okay, here's our photo to go on our plaid card. This one's gonna go back to back with it, and then it's gonna have a photo as well. Again, all of these are set up for journaling cards. You can change them or you can leave them as journaling cards, truly. it's kind of nice that all of the work, I mean, that's, I think, the bonus about this set of products is that the guesswork, all of that is just taken away. You don't have to cut a bunch of paper. There's a little bit, but boy, this is sure nice to have a lot of those cuts made for you. Okay, so now we're gonna have our little Mary Mary. And again, I'm only gonna pull off part of the adhesive so that I can get my photo on there. But look, so fun. Love, love, love. Okay, and now we've got, oh, look at me go. I had one with adhesive on it. This one goes down at the bottom. Oh, and I had adhesive on that one too. Look at me go. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off. And see, I left this, and now you can see as I pull it apart that where my seam is. Maybe you can't see it on camera, but it's not off. It's off a little bit, but it's not awful. And the nice part is it's covered. So all you have to kind of do is figure out where you've got good coverage, and then you're good to go. Now, the only thing I might have a little bit of trouble with, I'll grab my scissors again, is trying to get this side on. I should have left the adhesive on that. I'm gonna put this underneath just a little bit for a hot minute while I pull the adhesive off our little card strip, because I'm just gonna tuck. Okay, let me get that straight just a little bit. It's still almost 3/4. I kind of just like it tucked underneath. You know? Come on, straight. And then I've got this one, and he's gonna go on straight. And even with the other one, see if we can do that. All right, there we go. Now we've got this one that lines up with that. So I'm gonna line these 2 pages up as close as I can and use this to measure. Okay, I guess I have to pull them a little bit apart. Okay, now, as close as I can. Obviously, it's not going to be exact, and the pages will never be this close in your book, so it's really okay. Okay, now we've got our Mary Mary. And then we've got our little 3x3. Again, if you don't need the 3x3, you don't have to have it. It's nice to have some of those photos that there's a spot for it, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to. Now we've got our little tree. It's pumped up on dimensionals. It's gonna go, again, kind of over here, almost on our little strip line, and then I did the same thing. Stick your stickers together, then pop it up. It's just so much easier to kind of cluster the stickers and then do it. Love that little cluster in the bottom there. Okay, now let's go ahead and stick this one down because we can see and line it up with the other side. That looks pretty good. And then this is going to go on top. And now we've got this corner over here. So we've got our bottom, and then we've got this one right here is going to get tucked underneath. So I'm going to put a little bit of, again, if you don't do the, if you don't take the sticky off the sticker, you can just use it. When I'm playing with it, I like to see it first. Okay, so I'm going to stick him underneath all the way up to the berries. Okay, And then that actually gives me an idea of where this card goes as well. Isn't that so fun for journaling? Okay, and then, we've got this card with the berries on it. Let me get this on here. And then this one is going to go just a little bit up. I don't want it to get into the bend of this card flipping up. Let me show you. Like, it's going to go underneath. I do get that. But I don't want it to be inside of this corner because it's going to be like this. Okay. No, love it so much. Okay, let's put just a couple. Let me get all of it back in the view again. Let me put just a couple of our berries on, and then I'm going to show you how the flip-flops work. So the nice part about these is that, let me see, I'm not quite sure, like, should I put that at the top of the star? Or I do have star stickers too. I don't know if I like that there. I think I like these berries as clusters on the tree. I think that's really cute. I think I can do that instead. Can you see over there? Oh yeah, love that. Does it need one more? Does it need one up here, maybe? How about right in the middle? I'll show you. I'll bring it up to camera as soon as I get this last one on. Oh man, that's adorable. There you go. Look how cute that is. Ah, these berries, so fun. All right, let me pull you back just a little bit. We are almost there. Okay, the only other thing I could think of is just to do a couple of the berry clusters. Right, I want to put this here, and this here, and this. Like, I think it's fun to have a little bit of berry over here, right? A little cluster. Let's see. Over there, maybe a single one. I know I want to put it there, but I don't think so. I think it's got to go down here. Okay, I've got one here. I think we need one up at the top over here. And then I think we just need another. Okay, we did a good job on our berries. All right, let's see. Let me back you up just a little bit. Again, just in case you need a screenshot of the whole layout. Okay, let me show you real quickly, in case you haven't seen or used flip-flops. Page protectors are heavy duty. They don't tear. Love them, actually. And love that Stampin' Up! Is gonna carry these because they are literally the best on the market. And here's our two for flip-flops. Flip-flops come with adhesive on the strip and pre-scored. So they are you don't have to fight with it to have them line up correctly. And you can put two photos. Like I said, you can do journaling, but you're gonna put them in the way you want it. The adhesive's gonna fold over the opening, okay? Over the opening. And then it goes down on the outside. So again, put them where you want them. Go in the pocket all the way down. I get them seated all the way against the bottom. Fold it over. Okay, and that's where they're gonna go. So I'm gonna show you what they look like. Peel off the strip. It's really sticky. So I put my two fingers, now it's stuck to my fingers, and they're sticky for a reason. We want it to last. We don't want it to come off a couple years from now. We want it to stay. I put my thumbs down first, then I lift it up, and I run my finger along the seam, and I make sure there's really good contact almost you can see the little dots. The dots kind of disappear. That's when you know you've done a good job. But now look, now it's interactive. And I didn't have to cut or do or fuss. There's none of that. And you can go ahead and you can use whatever, like if you have different page protectors, that's all good. Flip flaps work with any page protectors, not just ours. But you're gonna want ours because they're awesome. They are absolutely the best, truly. Okay, so look, now we've got our 2 here, and we'll go ahead and do the right page or the left page. Isn't it pretty? It's even pretty without the flip flaps, honestly. Oops. And there. I love that they're so thick. I don't have to worry about anything tearing or splitting the seams. Now, we've got another small flip flap. Go in the pouch the way you want to see it. Push it all the way down so it's seated. Fold it over. Now, sorry, I got to pull it a little closer to me so I can look straight down on it. And what I'm lining up is this bottom, the bottom 2 corners. So they're not, so it's not crooked. It's not going off like this. Okay. Once I verify that it's straight, then I go ahead and I rub out all the seams, if you will. Now this is the same. This is the 4x6. Love that these cards are the exact size for flip flaps. Love that they mimic photos. Okay, all the way down, push it down, fold it on the score line, pull it off, and oh, it's staticling. It's not letting me get rid of the little piece. Ouch, dang. They are sticky. I love that. Okay, I've got my thumbs, flip it up, and use my fingernail to just make sure that it's really well seated. Okay, here is our 2-page Reindeer Days with flip flaps. Now let's look. We would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos, and now we have 1. We won't count the journaling, but you could use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I do that right? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Love, love, love all the page. How much you can get. Big bang for your buck, you guys. You're going to love making this page. Okay. All right. I hope you had fun like I did. I will talk to you soon. Bye.